Hello and welcome to The Root of All Real Estate. I'm your host, Etienne Meller, owner of 3 real estate agencies with 20 plus years of experience generating over 20 million in yearly gross revenue. I'm very happy to have you join us today. Whether you're a seasoned real estate agent, a business owner, a first-time home buyer, or just curious about the latest market trends, we've got something for everyone. Now let's get started.
You're listening to The Root of All Real Estate with Yva Élysée.
Is the sound calibrated okay?
Yeah, very good.
So let's start from the beginning. Who are you? Why did you get into real estate? What were you doing before? In any order.
Any order. My name's Yva Élysée. Only Yva with a Y in Quebec. I checked. Only broker.
How do you check that? Oh, okay,
checked.
As a broker.
As a broker, yeah.
Okay. I'm like, how do you know?
As a broker, I'm the only one written YVA. So I'm like.
Well, there you go. That's your brand right there.
Exactly. So, Yva Élysée, broker. I've been a broker for about 3 years.
Bilingual?
Bilingual, yes. Je parle français aussi. We're born in Quebec. I did most of my education here in Quebec. I did a little bit in Ontario. That's where I got the English from. And then that's me, how I got started in real estate. I was a paralegal. I did family law. I did real estate law, and I did financing law, and I loved it.
So you kind of saw it from a different angle, a
Yeah.
different perspective. What
Yeah.
it is to be in real estate as a broker potentially, right?
Yeah. And then I really liked the financing aspect of my job. However, you don't really, as a paralegal, you don't really leave the house, you leave your office or you leave wherever you're mostly indoors. And I was kind of missing the little.
What about mortgage broker? Was that an idea? Because it's financing, it's
not
independence.
the same.
No?
I like the fact that I go out, I meet people, I go see houses with people. I've been to different cities in Quebec that I've never been to ever since I became a broker, which I love. And that little aspect was missing for me. Even though as much as I love law and I love financing, there was a little piece of me that was missing.
So the part where it's seeing people getting out of the office, kind of being on the road, was the appeal, was the nudge you needed to jump in and do it. Like, how long were you a paralegal for? Like, was it a...
For over 7 years.
Okay, so it wasn't just I tried it for a couple of months.
I really loved my job until I didn't love it as much, and to me it's important. It sounds really corny.
No, but it's a big jump.
It is.
Going from that security, stability, 7 years of knowledge I mean, you must have been good at what you do after 7 years of doing it, and to drop it and to start something else.
Listen, it was the scariest jump I did, but I don't regret it.
Did you do it, when you did it, did you quit completely or you transitioned?
I transitioned until it was a point where it's like I had to pick.
Okay.
The amount of energy I needed to do real estate and succeed in real estate and help my clients in real estate, I wasn't able to get to that level if I was still working my other job.
Yeah.
So it was kind of looking around and be like, okay, what do I do? What do I do in it? And then at some point I was just like, you know what? I gave my 2 weeks.
I'm jumping.
I gave my 2 weeks and I was just like, you know what? It is what it is.
No, I love that.
It is.
And then, what did you learn, or what are you applying from your experience as a paralegal? Is there anything that you brought to your real estate day to day that you're like, oh, good thing, or I understand better, or I don't know? Is there a...
I think because I worked as a paralegal, reading acts and getting things on the register and things like that are easier for me. But mostly it was just the work ethic was a big thing. Because in law, it's like you're working crazy hours. Depending on which field you are, you're working crazy hours. You have things thrown at you left, right, and center. There's always an emergency. You're always running around.
And I'm assuming that you have to be really careful about, if you're drafting things, writing things, you don't want to, you can't be sloppy is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, one mistake is a lot of money. So that I was able to transition that into my job, which is being careful, being diligent, time blocking, and having time to do certain things was something that was easy for me to transfer. After that, the number of hours increased, but It is what it is, part of the job.
So what is the biggest maybe shock that you weren't expecting when you did the transition? Or maybe not even the transition, when you got your permit and because we have an idea of what it's going to be a real estate broker when you do the course, and you build this day-to-day kind of lifestyle, I guess. But then when you get the permit and you actually start as a broker, what was that? Is there one thing that stood out? Like, okay, I wasn't expecting this, or?
How much you're left alone. I found that it was very important to find my people. And then from finding my people, I was able to like structure myself a little bit better, because it's kind of like you go into real estate, and if there's no one to help you, no one to like have a mentor, someone who's already in the field, it's kind of like, where do I start? Where do I start? Where do I get my business cards? Where do I start my website? How do I do my social media? What do I need? What do I need to buy? In which order do I need to buy them? Is this too expensive for someone who's starting a business? There's no reference point. Yeah.
And you know what I find is that new brokers, without having someone to help them understand, well, what activity and how long should I we all know that we can make a list of a million things that we think needs to be done, because as a self-employed person, you're thinking about a million different things. What about the marketing? What about the nurturing the relationships? What about the financial aspect, the customer service, the research part? So you start writing all of this down, branding. But what's the priority, and in what order should it be, and how much time should I spend on certain things? I think that's where, I know from experience, this is where we a lot get lost and lose too much time, and then eventually too much money, and then decide to quit.
I agree. I think also is the fact that people don't really know what they're getting themselves into.
Yeah.
Like they underestimate, like it's not like selling sunset
at all.
Or
it's a show, it's a TV show.
You don't see the background that goes into real estate, the amount of time, the amount of energy, and how much love you need to have to be able to do it well.
Well, you don't see all the hard things that needs to be done, which is the majority of your day.
Yeah.
You think I'm having fun right now. I'm hating this experience. I'm pretending. No, but it's true. More and more since these shows have become very popular, because I've seen it over the 23 years I've been in business. We didn't have these shows in the beginning, so it was a different kind of individual that got into the business. Now it's younger and younger and younger over the last few years, because of the influence of, social and
the TV shows. The TV shows,
oftentimes I'll ask a newer broker, I'll say, so what do you think is going to be the day-to-day? And they describe more or less what they see on TV, and I try to, in a nice way, not to bash their dreams, but I try to realign things and make it clear that there's a lot of stuff that you don't see.
That they don't show.
Actually, the vast majority of what you don't see is what you're going to be doing, and it's not fun, most of it.
No, it's not, but it's part of the job. Like in any job you do, there's going to be a part you're going to love, there's going to be a part you're not going to love. So to me, like, it's a give and take in any situation, and you have to do it to get what you want in the end. So.
Biggest challenge for you right now? What are you focusing on, or working on, or learning more about, or what's that one thing that stands out?
Social media.
So content creation?
Yes.
Not using it, right?
No, not using it. It's just I'm someone who likes to keep my life private. I'm someone who likes to live in the moment. I'm someone who's not posting all the time. So that was the biggest adjustment to me.
Yeah.
And it's so important. In the beginning I was like, oh, I don't really need it. Now I'm like, okay, no, I do need social media.
I think social media content creation should be the priority. First thing you do when you start. Now, what's the most common thing that brokers say when they start? Because I always do these little surveys without them knowing. Like I ask always kind of the same questions to a lot of brokers. So I come up with my understanding of what's wrong or what's right, not all negative. But I always say, well, what's the first thing you do when you start your day as a broker? And 99.9% of the time, I'm going to ask you that question. No. But most will say, I go and check my emails, which to me
I mean, checking, not spending an hour, but maybe glancing quickly, nothing wrong with that. But sitting there for more than 20 minutes, 15 minutes, to me is the wrong thing, because you want to be working on proactive things, money generating opportunities, or content creation, outbound communication, stuff that's giving you more visibility.
Yeah.
Should be the priority of your day-to-day as a small business or self-employed real estate broker.
If you flip the question to me, I just run in the morning. I try to give myself an hour off my phone.
No, I meant, well, that's great. I do the same. I have a rule. It's the 7 to 7 rule.
Okay.
7 p.m. to 7 a.m.
Nothing.
I'm not going to stress or think or put any energy into any big decision or business. I mean, I might think about it a bit, but I'm going to not want to solve any problems between 7 and 7 at night. First of all, I want to be with my kids and my wife, and not be preoccupied with. And at night, if I wake up in the middle of the night, or like I'm tired, so I'm gonna make stupid decisions, or it's gonna be too emotional because I'm not all there. I'm not at my full energy. Same in the morning. I wake up at 4 because I want to read. Then I'll go to the gym. Then I want to spend breakfast with my wife and kid. And then 7 o'clock is when I pick up the phone and we'll start looking at notifications and things like that. So that's pretty neat that you have that discipline, because it's rare.
I think it clears my mind. Running, just go in the morning. I run, whether it's at the gym or outside. I run, I start my day, and then I feel better afterwards.
Yeah.
It's a de-stressor.
But it's also a win, no?
Pardon?
It's a win. You won that. Like I'm sure there's days, most days, a lot of days that you don't want to do it.
It's either, if I don't do it in the morning, I'll do it at night, because it helps me sleep.
That's dangerous, though.
No, because it helps me sleep. At some point, it's like I have to sleep. So
it's true.
If I have too much energy, I just go for a run.
But you don't think that if you wait, or if you say, "Oh, I'm going to do it later," the odds are greater that maybe it won't get done because you might find an excuse, or there might be some emergency.
That's where discipline comes in. That's where discipline comes in, because it's kind of, I know the benefits to it. I know how it makes me feel after I've done it. So even if I see, I'm like, oh, I'm not down, I don't want to do it, it's too late or whatever, I get up and I still do it, because I know I feel better after I do it. So to me, it's worth it.
That's good. No, it's absolutely. So you were saying social media, creating content. How are you attacking that?
Honestly, I got a marketing coach.
If you're here, it's because you're taking your career seriously. Etienne Meller will help you get to that next level as long as you're willing to do the work to be able to get there. Now, whether you're a divorced person, whether you're retired, whether you just started out, you might be young, you might not think that you have what it takes to get to the next level, there's something here for everybody. So he'll take the time to show you the ropes, looking at it not as a teacher versus a student, but more as a partnership. And by doing that, you'll be able to get the results that you're looking for. He's always hands-on. He's always willing to do the work and to show you how it's supposed to be done. So it's not an opportunity that will last forever. Take the time, click below, fill out the form. Follow us and find out how we could be instrumental in your success.
That helped a lot. And then it's kind of just like changing my perspective on things, how it's like I shouldn't see social media as me putting my personal life out there, but more like me to have my clients be able to see who I am as a person, other than houses sold, visit, notary. So I kind of put my life out there, and you'd be surprised how many people come and they're like, "Oh my God, your dog is so cute," and they remember my dog, and I'm just like, okay. Or they're like, okay, they mentioned something I did that they saw on my social media, and they're like, that's what like gravitate towards you.
We want to do business with similar people, we, like, if you have a dog, I have a dog people. My dog is my life, like I love him as much as I love my kids. Some people won't understand that, but so if I see someone's pet or a dog or whatever, I know the feeling, you know what I mean? Like if you're petting, I see myself with my dog, and so there's this connection, this bond. So the more we share about who we are that we want to share, the more we can connect with a multitude of different individuals. Like I like smoking cigars. Not too many people show that, but those that do, on social. I will want to know more about who they are, or what are they doing, or what's the cigar they're smoking, and all that.
Where did they get it?
Yeah, and then I'll feel like I want to know about this person because we have something in common.
Yeah, I think that was like the biggest game changer. And then I started to appreciate social media a little bit more, and it's still growing on me. I'm still working on it.
You know, you walked in here and you said, "Oh, you got the cameras in your office and all that." But the more they're on, you know, the more I do, the better, the more comfortable, the more I just start feeling like, oh well, it's just another thing I'm doing. I couldn't order at a restaurant. I was that shy.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'm not a what's the word?
Extrovert.
Extrovert at all.
Yeah.
Like zero. But I understood that visibility gives me the opportunities. Yeah. And if I want to do this and I want to have my freedom, I gotta be seen. And my brand for now is me. You know. So if we don't see it, could be the best brand in the world. You could be the most knowledgeable individual in the world, best product, best service, better. But if no one knows about it, if they never see it, if there's another brand that's seen more than you, well, they're getting the business, even though they might not have the same quality. And I think the biggest problem with social media, with people getting into social media, is this wrong. This is my opinion. I might be wrong. You tell me if I'm wrong. I'm most of the time wrong, but is the trying for quality.
The pardon?
Trying to create content with professional quality, perfect content. It's going to slow you so much, and it's going to take so long that you're going to quit on it because it's just not feasible for the day-to-day of most people, most brokers.
I feel like you need to pick and choose what you put quality on, and then how authentic and what kind of videos you want to do. For example, like if you're doing a house tour or something like that, pay the camera person, get the pictures done, better pictures, you know. But like for social media, if we're doing like a sit-down interview like this, yes, get the camera, get the sound guy, get everything.
No, but I mean to start, I don't think it's a must.
No, you have your iPhone, a mic.
Well, just the like that.
And a light. You get like a nice Lumi case.
Not even. Well, I mean,
you need the
light.
light.
See, if you don't have the light, then you're like, I can't do it. The light's not great.
No, you need the light.
When I started, I had my laptop. That's it. I turned the camera on.
The lighting makes a huge difference.
You know a stat, Mateo, this is for you too. I saw a stat, and this you can find on Google. 4 seconds is like the attention of most people today when they're on any of the platform. 4 seconds.
You still need light.
Think about that. Count 4 seconds. They're just seeing you, not even listening potentially, or they just see one word, 2 words, they just see the and then it's gone. So if let's say, this is the problem. This is what I observe. This is what I see all the time. I see all these brokers doing super professional, and they spend tons of money on like 5 posts, 5 videos, and then they're like, oh, that's gonna change my life. Think about it, 4 seconds. Most people are not even looking at the whole thing. You can get all these statistics. So if you put all that money and thought and planning and scripting and all that for one nice video that costs you X amount, you just wasted all that money.
It depends how you see it. It depends how you see it, because some people, their people are going to appreciate the amount of time and energy that they put in. They do. They do. I enjoy a nice, well-filmed, lit video.
Anybody does.
And I will sit down and I will watch it, because to me, like, yes, our attention span is 4 seconds or whatever, but like if the video is nice done and they're giving out good information, they look good, sounds good, everything looks good. Even if I'm reading the subtitles, I'm on my phone and I'm going to look through the video. I feel like it's important, because at some point it's just like, yes, it doesn't matter, but it does. On social media, everybody wants to be perfect and look good.
Actually, what I'm trying to say is this. Too many are blocked by that. It's preventing them from being consistent with the output.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying don't try to go for it, but start with lower quality. Without intentionally doing it lower, it's going to be quantity over quality for quite a bit of time before you should and will have the funds, the resources, the manpower, the team to get to a higher quality at that level of post.
Yeah. But I still stand.
We're going to cut this interview now because So what else is happening? What's the challenges? What's the fun things in your life right now? It could be real estate related. I mean, you're covering. First of all, you work what areas? Like, do you limit yourself? Do you?
I don't.
You said you were all over the place. You named a few places there.
All over the place. I actually love it. I've been able to see a lot of new cities that I've never seen before. You know, you hear the cities.
Sure.
But then now going to the cities, and then I'm doing the drive, I'm listening to my music, and I'm just like, okay, now I get it. When you're listening to the Quebecer songs, and then the Quebecer artists, and they're telling you how beautiful the scenery is, how beautiful Quebec is, I'm driving, and I'm just like, yeah.
Yeah, there's some good moments for sure.
Yeah, it's a great moments. I feel that was like a big game changer for me, and I got to see my province a little bit more, which is beautiful. And other than that, I work. I see my friends. I work out.
So to get the business, to get the opportunities now, you're working on the social media stuff. We talked about it, but what else are you doing? What is your approach to connecting or to making sure that there's enough people that sees or knows about your brand or yourself?
I cold call and I door knock.
Like straight cold call, like just
straight cold calls and straight door knock. Like, because I was in the social media person. To me, old-fashioned way, you call people, traditional things. I loved it. So to me, calling people, door knocking.
You loved it or you love it?
I still love it.
No, because you said loved, so maybe you don't love it anymore.
No, I still love it because you meet people. You meet people, you walk around neighborhoods, and you get your steps in. It's
That's
perfect.
True.
Get your steps in. So I still cold call. I still door knock. And then after that, it's references. When you talk to other brokers, you talk to people, open houses. This is usually how I get my business. Okay.
And do you do anything outside of real estate that actually puts you in a position where you're meeting new people? Or
I'm in a run club. You meet people there. At church, you meet people at church.
Absolutely.
You meet people a little bit everywhere. I have friends who have like businesses and things like that. So I usually go, I use their businesses. I go and I encourage them. And then you get to meet people around fundraisers. When you volunteer, you meet a lot of people. And I make sure it's like things that I want to do, not just...
Yeah, you combine what you enjoy with the fact that you're going to meet some new, hopefully interesting people that could potentially lead eventually. I always say the residential real estate is the best because everybody needs a roof. If you take away the actual budget or type of property, like if someone says, I want to rent, so what? I mean, it's still an opportunity. It's still a service that we provide. Yeah. And so if you nurture the relationship throughout their lives, everybody's going to want to buy and sell or rent or finance or refinance or invest. And so it's the best business in the world when you think of it that way, where let me just get to know a lot of different people. Let me make sure that I nurture and I'm bringing some value to the relationship so they want me in their lives. Not a salesperson. A salesperson asks
for things.
I need to give. It could be just attention. Forget selling and buying and all of that stuff. Just attention. Hey, I love your story that you posted, or your book that you wrote, or your whatever it is that, And then they'll be, oh, that's a nice person. And then when they need to buy, sell, invest,
they think
whatever
about you. Even if it's just answering questions. Even if it's just to answer the questions. So I have people sliding in my DMs and they're like, hey, this happened. What does it mean? And I never hear from them again. But then they come back a year later. Yeah. They're like, you answered my question. I'm ready to buy. And I'm like,
give
okay.
And you shall receive. Yeah. So just keep giving. It's going to come. It's hard to do, but it works.
I don't think so. I don't think it's a hard thing to do.
For most people, it's hard. They need to think. They're thinking about, what am I getting out of this? Like, that's why a lot of the brokers don't want to spend time on clients that are looking for rental properties because they feel like, oh, I'm not going to get enough to justify the investment in time. But if you look at it from a different perspective, where I'm going to nurture, I'm going to meet someone, I'm going to get to know someone. Maybe today they're renting, but tomorrow they're building a business, or they have people that they'll want to refer me, and that are going to want to buy or sell or whatever. So it's just the way we look at the relationship, the individual. It's a different way. You either look at it in a transactional way, or you look at it in a relationship way. Why am I doing this? It's not giving me. I mean, it's not a transaction at all. Like it's costing me, but I'm trying to give you in this example, some visibility, some business. Now, will I get something out of it? Probably not. But the act of, if I keep doing, and that's why I do a lot, something's gonna come from this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you got to be patient. You got to work
too.
hard. And
Well, I see it more of like give to give and don't expect anything back.
that's
And
right.
usually the energy you give to people, they feel it. And if the energy clicks, if everything feels right, they'll, even if it takes a year, if it takes 2 years, it always comes back.
It's business. It's long term. I'm looking at it for the next 20 years.
You got to be patient.
Yes.
A lot of patience.
I love it. Really enjoyed this conversation.
Yeah, me
I
too.
like your energy. Speaking of energy, we're gonna be able to reach you through all social platforms.
Yes.
You're everywhere.
Everywhere except Twitter. I'm not a Twitter person.
So soon you'll be on X.
Oh yeah, it's true. It's X now. You
Well,
see?
everybody knows.
You see, I'm not on it enough to know.
But I understood. So thank you
On
so
X.
much. We can find you everywhere. We're gonna put that up in the description.
Perfect.
And yeah, keep
It was
up.
nice talking to you too. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.